In Millennial and Gen Z Money, author Tracey Newell is here to talk about how some Gen Zers, especially women, were given a bad rap in the workplace. There was talk, Tracey, of Gen Zers sometimes considered to be lazy when it comes to work.
Well, we're pretty good at stereotyping people, unfortunately. And I do think the Gen Z organization got a bad rap for, just wanting flexibility and wanting agility, having different expectations than folks that are, grew up in a different era, like the millennials.
So Gen Zers are most definitely not lazy.
Absolutely not. No, we know for sure that when we look at the up and coming generation in the workforce, as women and men, that they have big career ambitions, but they also want to do it on their terms. They have a bit of a more well-rounded view of, they want to ensure that they've got, they're doing the best that they can in their job, but they also have time for other things like perhaps health, family, community, whatever it is on their priority list. So they want a more balanced perspective.
What are some ways Gen Zers might sabotage their own careers?
Gen Zers, and how do they sabotage themselves? There's a couple of things going on. So first and foremost, in the early days of our careers, and most Gen Zers are in their 20s in their workplace, we need to be thinking long term about what do we really want in our career. Do you want to run a company? Do you want to be the head of your function? And that's a big ask because you're in the early days where you're still very much in a learning mode. But if you're not thinking long term about the next 10 or 15 years, you're also not going to get the same experiences that you need to be able to do that job down the road. And I would say also, secondly, just communicating what your long-term goals are to your boss and to your boss's boss. That's really critical too, because people will start to watch you differently and they'll start to give you different opportunities.
What are your final tips for getting ahead?
So get clear on your priorities. Make sure that you are communicating those priorities, again, to people above you and people around you. Make sure you have a strong mentor program in place. And if your company isn't giving you a mentor, you need to go find one for yourself. And that the mentors may change along the way. But first and foremost, I really want to encourage everyone to think long term. We need more women running companies, running governments, running organizations. And there's no stopping us. It's mostly about setting your goals high in the early days of your career.
Thank you for coming on our show, Tracey.
Okay, well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.